We've heard of Jesus, of Buddha, of Gandhi, but scarcely, if at all, about their female contemporaries. Cesar Chavez, but not Dolores Huerta, a leader of the Chicano civil rights movement. Albert Einstein, but not Mileva Einstein-Merrick, an accomplished physicist. Nelson Mandela, but far less about Winnie Mandela, who was thought of as Mother of the Nation. It seems we may have been deprived of learning about these far less famous women who have led exemplary lives full of rich meaning and helpful lessons to navigate life today. So it's a heartfelt honor to present my series about these precious women luminaries, a series I'm calling 1,000 Small Kindnesses. I hope you enjoy. I tell you one thing, my child. If you want peace, do not find fault with others. Rather, see your own faults. Learn to make the world your own. No one is a stranger, my child. The whole world is your own. It didn't matter that I am a Westerner, or that I am not Hindu. Sri Sarada Devi's loving kindness still found me and filled my heart. And since knowing her story, I will never be the same. As I read about her life, I was struck by how Sri Sarada Devi humbly managed the countless details and cooked all the meals for her busy monastic order. And yet, there is no doubt in my mind that Sri Sarada Devi was and is an incarnation of the Adi Parashakti, or the Supreme Goddess, Divine Holy Mother, the Mahadevi. Sri Sarada Devi is a Shakti, or a divine power. Sri Sarada Devi was born of Brahmin parents, Brahmin being the caste of priesthood within Hindu society. Before her birth, her parents had visions and experienced supernatural foretelling that their daughter was a divine being. From early childhood, Sri Sarada Devi gravitated towards meditation, and she shared with her friends and family about her mystic visions and experiences. When Sarada Devi was a little girl, she was denied an education, as was the custom against girls in West Bengal, India, in the mid-1800s. But her meditations from a young age were filled with mystic visions and spiritual enlightenments that surpassed formal priestly training. How is it that Sarada Devi, who did not write even one book, became a highly regarded authority to scholars, literary theorists, and swamis alike? The mind is everything. It is in the mind alone that one feels pure or impure. A person, first of all, must make his own mind guilty, and then alone can he see another man's guilt. Practice meditation, and by your mind will be so calm and fixed that you will find it hard to keep away from meditation. Sri Sarada Devi was the wife and spiritual counterpart to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a Hindu mystic. He was a devotee to the goddess Kali, but also claimed there are so many paths to reach one and the same goal, and so he validated a unity of all religions. Sri Sarada Devi's day-to-day had her solving the countless problems of running a monastic order. It was no secret that her husband, Paramahamsa, could never handle any of these mundane matters. Sri Sarada Devi's mind for details and attention to the needs of the monks and the devotees and the women who lived at the Ramakrishna monastic order kept operations running seamlessly. But it was Sri Sarada Devi's otherworldly, profound, and nurturing love that radiated into the hearts and souls of all who met her. Her legacy is nothing short of legendary. Sarada Devi lived an extraordinarily ordinary life. Chores and labor, problem solving on the level of the mundane. And in so doing, she gave a shining example of how to apply sacred behavior to the ordinary day-to-day. She demonstrated how to make our chop wood, carry water kind of existence a blessed one. It was commonplace for those spiritual practitioners who had attained the highest level of education to seek after the Holy Mother, Sarada Devi's initiation. This further demonstrated her as the pinnacle of spiritual maturity. To the Holy Mother, God's point of view sees all of us as the children of God, that God is the mother of all. Her attendant, Arupanda, remembers the first time he saw Sri Sarada Devi. He reminisced about the tender, gentle, loving look she gave him. Having lost his mother as a young child, he instantly knew this was now his mother, and that buoyant happiness lasted with him his entire life. When he first met Sri Sarada Devi, he asked her, "Are you really the mother of all?" She replied, "Yes." "You are really the mother of all?" Again she said, "Yes." "Even these birds and beasts and insects?" She replied, "Yes, even these." "If they are your children, why do they suffer so much?" Animal birth is like that. They have to go through difficult circumstances sometimes. But yes, they are all my children. A mischievous cat lived at the monastery and was often upsetting the monks, stealing food and causing disruptions. When the Holy Mother saw the monks punishing the cat by striking it, she was deeply hurt. She exclaimed, "I live in that cat!" After that, no one would dare touch the cat. And even when she needed to be strict with this mischievous cat, the cat only clung closer to her feet with big eyes, in love with the Holy Mother. Fasting is an essential practice in Hindu spirituality. One day, Sarada noticed a tortured young man by the name of Chandra, so hungry and struggling to keep to the fast. She offered him prasad. In Hinduism, food and water offered to a deity during worship, puja. It is believed that the deity partakes of and then returns the offering, thereby consecrating it. The offering is then distributed and eaten by the worshippers. Chandra cried out, "I have been fasting all day with so much difficulty, and if I eat now, I will lose the merits of fasting." To which Sarada replied, "I have been fasting all day for all those merits to be yours. Now go ahead and eat, my son." Enlightened masters take onto themselves the karma of the devotees, thus depleting their spiritual power, bringing disease upon the masters. A vicarious atonement where the pure and blameless become inflicted due to the crimes of the devotee. This spares the devotee the suffering they were due. One of the signs of bad karma is making no progress in spiritual life. So this sacrificial atonement liberates the devotees to attend to their neglected inner spiritual world. Once there were 3 devotees whose karma was so horrific that a respected Swami by the name of Rahamananda rejected the 3 and sent them to the Holy Mother. She too knew the great cost of helping these 3 men, with all the harm they had caused and the karmic debt they carried. At first she said no to them. They wept and pleaded with her, but she held fast and sent them away. They returned with their cries for mercy, and again she sent them away. But after the 3rd round of being sent away and their returning, beseeching her for her blessings, she relented and initiated the 3 men into holiness. This great act of mercy sent a silence over the holy men who would not help. After a long while, in solemn contemplation, the holy men then said, "Grace, it is pure grace. What poison would have reduced us to ashes? The Holy Mother takes it in and assimilates it without a murmur." I am the mother of the wicked, as I am the mother of the virtuous. Never fear. Whenever you are in distress, say to yourself, I have a mother. If you want to know the joys of spiritual life, if you want to feel ecstatic love for God, you must have a spiritual practice. Remember, God alone is real. Brahma alone is real. The world is an appearance. As far as the world is concerned, be desireless. But in God, be immersed in ecstatic love. This is the goal of life. The purpose of life is God realization. The performance of japa is crucial and essential to the spiritual walk. The repetition of the names of God is extremely, extremely important. Just as wind drives away clouds, chanting or silently repeating the names of God drives away the clouds of worldliness from our mind. Repeat the mantra like the quiet, steady, reliable ticking of a clock. I have never known sorrow or suffering in my life. I do not know what suffering is. Never fear. God is ever looking after you. Do His work and do spiritual practice. Desire is the root of all sorrows, the cause of repeated births and deaths, the main obstacle on the path of liberation. One must be patient like the earth. What iniquities are being perpetuated on her? Yet she endures them all. As you smell the fragrance of a flower by handling it, or the smell of sandalwood by rubbing it against a stone, so you obtain spiritual awakening by constantly thinking of God. The whole world is a dream. Even this, the waking state, is a dream. What you dreamt last night does not exist now. People are bound to make mistakes. One should not notice them. If one does not follow this rule, it harms oneself. My child, I bless you from my heart that you live long, attain devotion, and enjoy peace. Even to this day, though her temple in Belur Math, West Bengal, India, is humble and small, it is far more popular than the surrounding grand and lavish temples. There was a difference between the Holy Mother and an ordinary human mother. Those who knew her documented that they often saw a faraway look come across her eyes as she transformed into a goddess of light surrounded by a divine halo. Whenever you are in distress, say to yourself, I have a mother.